Alan Rose.
And welcome back, everyone. Seeing the snow continue to fall here across parts of Teller County. This is our live cam view in Cripple Creek. And although I haven't seen any reports out of the Cripple Creek area, we did get one report so far out of Florissant. And that report came in with about 1.9 inches of snow. By the way, we just saw that car fly by. That is what we don't want to do. We want to drive slowly during these snowstorms, especially in areas where you can see some snow or ice on the roadways. It really doesn't take much to create some dangerous conditions. It takes you longer to slow down, then speed up, and this could lead to spinouts and, of course, accidents there in parts of southern Colorado. Now, the pavement completely dry in the Springs where we have seen some snow showers, but again, most of the moisture, as expected, is staying south and west of us. Pueblo, you're not seeing the snow right now either. You're 33 and cloudy, still above freezing here, but we have seen some snow flurries in the area and more off to your west. Canyon City, check out the snow on the roadway there in the downtown area. And some of those snowflakes flying across the sky as we have a bit of a north breeze at about 5 to 10 miles per hour. And finally, I want to show you Trinidad, where it looks like we picked up several inches of snow so far. And if this storm stays true to form, I think we could see as much as maybe 4 to 5 inches in Trinidad by early Tuesday morning. Now, take a look at where the heaviest snow bands are setting up tonight. It looks like we have one trying to generate right over Pueblo County out towards even Crowley and Otero counties. Some moisture moving in from the north, and that's converging with some of that moisture in those feeder bands from the south. So those pockets could see some heavier snow bands once they do set up. But notice here in and around the Springs, not seeing a whole lot of snow. Most of it's very light, or some flurries for that matter. Where we are seeing maybe some more concentrated bands is down towards Fort Carson and Fountain and up across Highway 24. Now down to the south, here's where it is heavier. Cuchara to La Veta to Walsenburg and Trinidad, getting some of those more moderate to heavy bands of snow. Now we do have widespread winter weather advisories for many areas in southern Colorado, the northern Sangres, the wets. Yeah, these spots could wake up to around a foot of snow. And we could see even more than that across the southern Sangres and the eastern San Juans, where winter storm warnings are in effect through tomorrow afternoon. So here's the latest updated high-res model. And I want you to notice by midnight, most areas north of Highway 50, that snow stays pretty far west of I-25. Look how quickly things start to retreat and pull back as this low drops to the southwest and moves towards Arizona and California. I think snow is going to cut off pretty quickly. North of Pueblo, I expect that to occur between 2 and 5 a.m. And then we'll see decreasing clouds and lessening snow chances for the mountains by the afternoon. Let's talk about some updated snow accumulations. This would be in addition to anything we've already seen. And yeah, we could see maybe a trace to 2 inches in Pueblo still, maybe a trace to an inch or two, possibly 3 for some of the western areas in the Springs, 1 to 4 in Woodland Park, 7 to 10 for Rye, 3 to 6 in Walsenburg, and around 10 to 14 for La Veta. Lows tonight as the storm moves through. We get some cold, we get some snow. Those temperatures will drop down to the teens and 20s. And your highs tomorrow, even with some sun breaks in the afternoon, that sunshine isn't going to warm us up all that much. We'll be stuck in the low 30s. Then we get a big push of downslope air on Wednesday. So it's breezy and it's much, much warmer. Look at that high of 56 on Wednesday and still in the 50s Thursday before cooler air moves in on Friday. Pueblo, we're in the 30s here on Tuesday with snow ending very early in the pre-dawn hours. Could be up near 60 on Wednesday with that downslope flow, and mid-50s on Thursday. Canyon City, 30s here on Tuesday, 50s Wednesday into Thursday. As we head towards the weekend, possible we could get another storm system that moves in Sunday night and into Monday. For Woodland Park, early morning flurries giving way to some sun breaks in the afternoon and a high of 26. Windy and warmer heading towards Wednesday. So some snow shoveling weather out there tonight, and folks might be having to shovel those sidewalks tomorrow as they make our way to Tuesday morning. Elizabeth.
Alan, thank you. Only on News 5 tonight. Typically a holiday is a day off, but on Martin Luther King Jr. Day, it's a call to action in communities across our country. And our Colette Bordelon spoke with the late Reverend's nephew, who says this holiday is different in the wake of 2020 and what we recently saw at our nation's capital.
While he says change can be messy, more than 50 years since Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King's assassination, his nephew says his biggest message is strength through peace.
Well, I don't know what will happen now. We've got some difficult days ahead.
When words transcend decades.
And he taught this country how to
protest.
The boundaries of time are broken.
That's the greatness of America, the right to protest for rights. But you got to do it non-violently.
Isaac Newton Ferris Jr. is Dr. King's nephew.
Aside from the loss of life of George Floyd and the way that he lost his life, it was actually kind of gratifying because we began to see the country getting it.
But this summer, it was something very different.
Who's got my back? I got your back.
Reverend Dr. Stephanie Rose Spalding was at protests locally and around the country.
As much as I was frustrated and angry that we are still having to do this work, I was also hopeful and inspired by the swarms of people who were coming out everywhere.
Saying the civil rights movement never really ended.
Work that we must do consistently every day until every system of oppression is dismantled.
Dr. King's nephew grew concerned about any looting or violence at protests during the summer of 2020.
Before the question about the violence kicked in, it was a moment that I wish my uncle had been here to see.
And this year, they're honoring his uncle in a way they never have before. USA! In response to the riots at the U.S. Capitol.
We can march on the Capitol. That's our house. Now, when we get there, we can't, break into the Capitol and, beat up the police.
Saying he'll always defend the right to peacefully protest, no matter the message. The Law Enforcement Transparency and Accountability Commission has their first town hall coming up this Thursday online from 6 to 8 in the evening. That's where people are invited to share their opinions on policing and public safety. They'll have another town hall in February, and I'll have all the details on where you can sign up on KOAA.com. Always watching out for you, Colorado Springs. Colette Bordelon, News 5.
Colette, thank you. Elementary students all throughout Pueblo excited to be safely back to class after being online again for 2 weeks. Students in both districts 60 and 70 spent 2 weeks learning remotely after winter break as a precaution. Minnequa Elementary's principal said she and her staff were holding back tears this morning because it had been about 2 months since they saw their students. And the kids say it's easy to get distracted when you're trying to learn from home, so they're happy to be back in class.
Today I'm most excited to see my friends and my teachers and be able to say hi and stuff. And to just be here.
And D60's middle schoolers return to a hybrid model of in-person and online. Meantime, the high school students will continue to learn online until next Monday. As we work to rebound from the effects of the pandemic, we have a follow-up story tonight. We recently told you how kids with special needs are really struggling with remote learning through the pandemic. And we had a few organizations reach out wanting to show us how they help families learn and grow. And in this report, I'm spotlighting how one of them works to help the families.
The oval like grapes. It's oval, it's green like grapes. You're right.
Kids with special needs getting special attention and care while learning at AIM in Pueblo.
My son was only saying 2 words at the time that he came, and right now my son is able to say full-blown sentences.
Show me your angry face.
Mom Jessica Rosario says the progress her son has made since starting here last May has been life-changing.
He was not able to even to take a walk. They went on walks with him. Now he does not need an adaptive stroller.
All his therapies are here, which includes ABA, or Applied Behavioral Analysis.
Say, I'm so cute. You are so cute.
Within this facility, we can be doing ABA therapy, but at the same time also bring in physical therapy, speech therapy, occupational therapy that coincides with the treatment.
AIM has about 50 employees in Pueblo and the Springs who work with kids from 18 months and up. They serve children on the autism spectrum, those with ADHD, and even more diagnoses, working with in-home care and in-center care up to 8 hours a day. They worry about the kids who have been left behind due to the remote learning challenges of the pandemic, and they prioritize cleaning and following health guidelines so they can stay open.
It's difficult when they don't have the continuity of coming in or having somebody in their home. It's like they get so used to the therapy, and it's where they're making that progress, and then if they have to take a few days or a week off, it impacts their progress.
Parents say they don't feel like they get enough support, but here it's different, with liaisons offering resources, and they're able to build a network with other parents too.
When you come in here, there's parents that have knowledge. They can guide you to ways of getting a speech device, getting a bicycle, getting things that you need to help your children succeed.
And parents also get educated. Some even work toward their CNA certificate so they can further provide for their children.
You're going to have your good days and you're going to have your bad days. You just have to push through each day as it comes along.
As we work to push through and rebound from the effects of the pandemic, AIM says it will continue to help families struggling along the way and will be there long after as well. And if you need help figuring out a path for your child, AIM says just give them a call. They're happy to talk with you, discuss things with you.